Who takes FIFA World Cup 2026?
I want to state this clearly. I want to state this very clearly. I want Argentina to win.
Okay.
And I'm very unequivocal about that. If you asked me 20 years ago, I'll tell you I want Argentina to win. 20 years
For you,
from
it's
now,
always Argentina.
Yeah, I want Argentina to win. But if they are to win the game, I think they have to do some of the good things I thought they did against England, because that's the best game Argentina played in this tournament. Their transitional defense has to be better. For me, it's been one of their biggest challenges in the earlier rounds of the tournament. How they play without the ball when they are tracking back has been very poor. That improved against England, and I would want to see this, more of the same. I also enjoyed a lot of seeing Julian Alvarez drift into the left side, because then you could drag a defender out of position and that could create a bit of space. But in many cases, they haven't had very good runners from midfield. The closest I think we've had from a runner from midfield has been Enzo Fernandez. Boundless energy, and is making that run from the midfield to get into the box, because that has also created a bit of trouble. The other things that Argentina have done well, resilience, character, we can all relate. I think we have enough evidence over the past 5 to 6 weeks about how this Argentina team fight for everything and never know when they've lost. But they are coming up against a team that if you do not play well, you're going to be embarrassed, because of Spain's ability to keep the ball and deny you space. And you cannot play without the ball. You're not going to get the ball to Messi unless you get chances to move the ball on your own. Spain have been brilliant because of their ability to keep the ball. After some of us perhaps had written off Rodri because of the injuries that at Man City, he's used this tournament to remind us about how good he is as a player. And ever since he was joined by Fabian Ruiz, remember Ruiz did not play in that first game against Capo Verde, where they drew goalless. Ever since he came into the side, I think they've been more fluid. And one of the things that perhaps that is good about Spain is that they've improved as the tournament has gone. You know, there is that old thing that we always discuss as analysts, picking too early, P-E-A-K-I-N-G, picking too early, which maybe France did, that by the quarter-final game against Morocco, where they were dominant, they had already picked, they had reached their peak. Now, Spain have been improving with every game. That's why all of us questioned how good they were. We questioned the influence of Lamine Yamal on the tournament. But as the tournament has progressed, we can all sit here and argue they are a much better team than they were at the start of the tournament. And that should frighten anyone, that the team gets this better as the tournament goes on. That means they have another gear to go. They are also able to use a very unheralded striker in Mikel Oyarzabal in that front line. I don't think many of us even pay attention after he plays at Athletic Bilbao. But his ability to run between the lines and create space for all the other players to get into that box, and then himself is also getting the goals when he needs. Maybe most of us underrating. We even forget that he scored the goal that won Spain the Euros. He had 2 years ago against England in that final. There's so many good things about them that, for me, first you break down with Argentina have to break down the game, starting with Rodri and Fabian Ruiz. They have to think about how they are going to challenge the backline, because Pedro Porro, in some phases, while he has been very good defensively, he's also had a bit of time to get on the front foot and even scored against France. You think about Pedro Porro and Cucurella on the full-back positions. Then Paul Kubasi at centre-back, plays the game with the intelligence of a 35-year-old, and is only coming out of his teenage years. And then he has a very old wise head in Aymeric Laporte standing besides him. And I've argued the entire tournament that the tournament cannot finish without Lamine Yamal having an influence. I do not think that penalty is sufficient for an influence that Yamal will have on the tournament. Maybe this is the moment. And he gets a chance to play against a player he's been compared to from the time he was lying in a Benson, yeah, because of Lionel Messi. and Barcelona knowing that this is the guy who is the next Messi.
How is the word poignant? How that picture that keeps on resurfacing?
Actually, I saw the gentleman who took the picture. I think was interviewed on Al Jazeera or Sky News. I think Al Jazeera this week. Yeah, the French, the Spanish journalist who took that picture of Messi washing Yamal. It's a once in 100-year event.
I know.
It won't happen again. It hasn't happened before, but here they are. One is 39, the other is 19. The heir apparent to the throne. The man with the throne is not leaving. He's not abdicating yet. He thinks he can deliver another World Cup to Argentina.
This should be his last.
It should. At 39, it's unthinkable that he'll be here. To the extent that the argument that is being made by those who have, because from when Messi first broke through, by early as 2003, before even he played his first game for Barcelona, because he played his first game for Barcelona at the age of 17, and wasn't even 17 yet, the comparison was always whether Messi can eclipse Maradona. And of course he did that by winning the one World Cup. Now he has an opportunity to win two and go past Maradona. And then all those arguments about him and Diego, well, because he's already the most successful footballer. The stats is won 46 trophies and no one has won more. Yeah, I think the next should be Toni Kroos and those Madrid players who are second with 43 or 44, around those numbers, and Luka Modric, and he has 46. So he has quite an opportunity to ensure that the heir apparent has to wait another 4 years. But sometimes you get to think about, if Yamal can win the World Cup at 19, how far can he go? Yeah, he's already won league titles.
Let's talk about the team not conceding a
They've
goal.
conceded one.
I mean, okay.
Unai Simon has conceded one. And part of it for me is not because Unai Simon is making those brilliant saves in an avalanche, or they've been brilliant defensive, but you're not going to score against them unless you have the ball. And Spain are going to deny you the ball.
Their possession
statistics are obscene. And when they are able to do that, hardly can a team get at them because of their ability to retain the ball, to win back possession very quickly,